Greetings, Guardians of the Dominion, and welcome back to Olympus Alliance. Today, we dive headfirst into a torrent of power as we uncover the secrets of Cascade, the Dominion's legendary mystic marksman. If you've ever wondered what it looks like when pure precision meets elemental devastation, then buckle up, because Cascade is one hero who's here to rain chaos on the battlefield, literally. We're about to break down everything: skills, builds, glyphs, artifacts, talismans, counters, the whole cascade of information you need to master this mysterious water-wielding powerhouse. So, let's dive right in. Cascade is a marksman from the Way of Mystery who commands the middle line, always lurking just behind the front while delivering some of the most complex and deadly skill interactions in the entire game. Unlike traditional snipers who rely solely on raw damage, Cascade brings layered debuffs, hybrid damage types, and enemy-specific targeting that demands intelligent play and thoughtful builds. Let's start with his first skill, Hydrokinesis. When Cascade activates this, he summons a storm, not metaphorically, but literally. For 4 full seconds, enemies are battered by a heavy downpour. But here's where it gets truly fascinating: the effect changes depending on the target's main stat. Strength heroes take physical damage and have both their armor and magic defense reduced. Agility heroes are struck with magic damage and blinded, making it much harder for them to land hits. Intelligence heroes get smacked with physical damage and are silenced, shutting down their powerful spells. It's a dynamic ability that adapts in real time based on who it hits. The power of this skill scales with Cascade's physical attack, meaning the stronger your build, the deadlier this rain becomes. Now let's talk about his second skill, Tidal Wave. Cascade charges through enemy lines like a liquid missile, dealing magic damage and knocking enemies backward. Those closer to him get pushed further, which creates tactical spacing, potentially breaking up tight formations and messing with enemy synergy. Once he reaches the end of the dash, he cleverly repositions himself, returning to the same range as before from the nearest enemy. This not only gives him room to breathe but also sets him up for his third skill, which is where things get even more dangerous. Speaking of that third skill, it's called Refulgence. After executing Tidal Wave, Cascade applies the Sodden Armor status to any enemies he struck. For 8 seconds, these soaked foes suffer additional damage every time they're hit. And it gets better: if the damage is coming from a fellow mystery hero, the effect gets even more painful. What's happening here is that Cascade is creating synergy not just within himself, but across your entire mystery lineup. It's a delayed punishment: hit them once, and then hit them again harder. And of course, this damage over time is tied to Cascade's physical attack, so the better he's built, the more brutal this effect becomes. Now let's talk about his most unique and game-altering skill, Elemental Surge. This fourth ability isn't about flashy animations, it's about bending game mechanics. Cascade's magic defense penetration is always equal to his armor penetration. That means if one goes up in combat, the other automatically follows. This is huge: it makes him equally effective against magic tanks and armored bruisers alike. But there's more. His basic attacks change type depending on the enemy's defenses. If their armor is higher than their magic defense, his attack becomes magical. If it's the other way around, he hits with physical damage. And if he successfully penetrates the primary defense, he fires an additional shot with the other type of damage. And if that extra shot penetrates too, boom, the target suffers pure damage. You heard that right, Cascade has the potential to deal triple-layered damage in one basic attack, and all of it depends on smart positioning, penetration stats, and your opponent's team composition. So, now that we know what makes Cascade so dangerous, how do we build him to unleash his full potential? Start with his rank items. You'll want to load him up with gear that boosts physical attack and armor penetration. Look for the Siege Crossbow, Selena's Foice, and Archangel's Wrath early on, and then transition into orange items like the Advisor, Ruler's Globus, and Unity of Extremes. Aiming for orange +3 or +4 is ideal for maximizing his output during the mid to late game. Next, his skins. Cascade currently has 4, default, armor penetration, physical attack, and armor. Prioritize the armor penetration skin first to amplify his piercing abilities. Second, pump up his physical attack skin for more raw firepower. Then max out the default skin, and finally go for armor for extra survivability. If a new armor penetration or physical attack skin is released in the future, it should become your top priority immediately. Now for his glyphs. Focus first on armor penetration. This is Cascade's bread and butter for slicing through defenses. Then move to health to help him survive early focus fire. After that, enhance his armor glyph to give him more resistance against physical assassins. Fourth is agility, which boosts his main stat and gives a solid balance of offense and defense. Lastly, top off his physical attack glyph. Raise them all to level 40, unless you're specifically chasing skill class boosts. Onto artifacts, and Cascades are fascinating. His weapon artifact is a dual-purpose powerhouse, providing armor penetration and magic penetration to the entire team when he uses his first skill. It hits both sides of the damage spectrum, which is incredible when paired with hybrid or balanced teams. However, while the dual effect is great, it caps at 60% of a normal bonus due to the split. So prioritize his book artifact first. This one increases his own armor penetration and physical attack directly. Second in line is the weapon, and last is the ring, which boosts agility. For Gift of the Elements, max it completely. Every boost to agility and physical attack helps Cascade become the slippery, devastating archer he's meant to be. He's a marksman who stands in the middle line, but without proper scaling, he can fall fast. Boosting his base stats is critical to his success. Now for his talismans. Cascade's first talisman grants agility and physical attack, absolutely core to his identity. The second offers health and armor, great for survivability but harder to obtain as it's VIP locked. Both are viable. If you're free to play, the first will already make Cascade a real threat. If you can grab both, you're building a top-tier archer who balances aggression and resilience perfectly. So, how do we counter this mystic marksman? Corvus is a top-tier answer. Cascade's reliance on area of effect attacks means Corvus's altar punishes him heavily for trying to chip away at the team. Iris is another great pick. She thrives on exploiting buffs and debuffs and can delete Cascade quickly. Jorgen is also a powerful foil. His shield absorbs damage and his energy control can stop Cascade from ever building up to his key skills. Zhu, with the right setup, can hunt Cascade down at the back and take him out fast. And finally, Zesha will target Cascade if he has the lowest magic defense, making her a nasty surprise if your Cascade isn't geared defensively. And there we have it, a full breakdown of Cascade, the fluid warrior who blurs the lines between physical and magical punishment. Whether you're unleashing a deluge of adaptive attacks or throwing the enemy team into complete disarray, Cascade is one of the most versatile marksmen in Hero Wars Alliance. But only if you build him right. What do you think about Cascade? Are you ready to flood the battlefield with precision and chaos? Let us know in the comments, we read them all. And if this guide helped you, make sure to like the video, ring that notification bell, and subscribe so you never miss an update from Olympus Alliance. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and as always, salute and friendship.